And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Thank you for joining us for our second half hour tonight. Some of these new electric vehicles are dumping the AM radio band in their cars. Electric car manufacturers say there is electromagnetic interference with AM radio's reception created by electric motors. That's why AM radio is being dropped by some manufacturers like Tesla, Volvo, and the list goes on and on and on. That's despite there being, get this, 50 million people who listen to AM radio still today. Those who are against the dump say AM radio is a critical line of communication for safety reasons as well. Joining me now here on The Factor Uncensored, president of EVW media firm, Emilian White, and along with Houston radio legends, Uncle Funky Larry Jones, and of course, Rob G, the general. Glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. And we know members of Congress introduced a bill that would ban car makers from dropping the AM ban.
Just today, Inside Radio had that article, but here's an up for you. Not 50, 82 million.
82 okay, well there we go. 82 million people still looking, because one of my producers, very young, said, well, nobody listens to radio anymore. I'm like, you're damn lying. I came from radio.
But they listen, but the same people listen got 8-track tapes in their cars.
Wow.
And the fact is, the radio is evolving. And it's evolving to this.
There's our old transistor.
It's right. So, right, everything is right here now.
But if they get rid of AM radio inside of vehicles, especially, or specifically electronic, that could hurt the bottom line. You have been general manager, you've operated radio stations before, you know the bottom line and how the money comes in.
But you can't help the fact that radio is evolving from AM to FM to now to this. People are using this. You can download the app, listen to it on in your car and plug it in. So, you know, what's the difference? You're not going to lose. It's just a different way of doing business. Now, we've evolved from the Princess phone to cell phones. So, I mean, they're making a big deal about it.
But isn't there that whole audience out there? Everyone's not doing the cell phone thing.
It's going to take how many years for everybody to get an electric vehicle? You still got AM radios in cars now. This is not going to change for a while. That's going to be somewhere down the road. So, you know, people, they're crying, the owners of AM stations, they're crying, but it's not going to change that quickly. It got to evolve for a moment. It's going to take a while.
All right, Rob, let's hear from you when we talk about the demise of AM radio.
I say download the Vibe app if you're. They're not going to have it in there.
Like, I don't give a damn about nobody else.
No, you know, it's crazy because, you know, I grew up listening to AM, listening in Detroit, WWJ, listening to my Detroit Tigers and Ernie Harwell. That was my station. And while there's a nostalgia factor, things change and things evolve. I don't listen to a transistor radio anymore. You know, you don't have the 8-tracks in the car. You don't even have CDs players in cars anymore. So they've removed that. So it was only a matter of time.
All right. And Mr. Larry Jones, someone I used to listen to on the radio in Baton Rouge, AM radio, and of course FM radio. Your thoughts on this topic?
It's a sad state for radio in general, but the AM dial, just because of what it is with the static and the low quality, is in jeopardy if you're going to be a music station. Now, talk and conservative talk found a brand new home, and its hero was Rush Limbaugh. And now you have all of these other Rush Limbaugh likes, and you'll see in that bill that a lot of the Republicans who supported Senator Ted Cruz, that format is doing well. But you have Vietnamese, you have the Gospels, you have a lot of different formats that are going to suffer. But I stand with Emilian on the evolution of the electric car. There is distortion. There's a problem with that signal. And BMW's new 7 Series is phenomenal. But you won't see them, and that's a $140,000 vehicle. They're not going to put an AM radio. Now, if you want to get the app and listen to it, it's okay. But
download the app.
To have it, well, that would be the simple side.
Right.
But for the fact that a piece of our history, where you and I started, is gone or will be leaving soon. It's just a sad part of the time.
And how could you so easily give that up, Larry?
He had a hard time giving up the 8-track tape. So I mean, but we've evolved. We don't, you know, everything is digital now. and that's where the world is. So, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to stay stuck in the past?
I got news for you.
Right.
There's a 69 Super Sport Nova in the garage with all that still.
Okay, all right.
And so let me guess, you got a Polaroid camera in there too, because that's gone by the way, and a telephone book in there.
Phone. You know, you got a rotary down phone.
Right.
You got
everything that's on your phone now is in there.
And Post-it notes.
You know, some Encyclopedia Britannica. Yeah, come on, man.
World Book.
World Book.
And the World Book Bank that came along with it.
But it has been a struggle for AM radio since the 90s, since FM.
70s when the Rock Boys flipped from AM to FM and album rock came out, and everybody was like, what is this stereo sound? Because it was basically a format for farmers, and that's where it was. I mean, it was news, weather, some sports, and as the larger markets found this thing sounds great. We'd never seen that red dot with music behind it. So when the music flipped, everybody went crazy. And the AMs just died and died musically. But then, like I said, talk evolved.
Hey, man, I started in AM radio.
Yeah, we all did.
And then, you know, I grew up on AM radio. But when I first heard FM radio,
young ass.
When I heard FM radio, it was like, what the hell is this? You know, it's coming out different speakers, and it just blew your mind. But now, you can program anything anywhere, but the fact of the matter is, we're evolving. Evolution is happening. You know, it's gonna go away. So, but it's gonna take a minute. It's not gonna happen overnight.
When you say a minute, what, 2 years?
No, people are not gonna give up. People are not gonna give up.
Content wins. I don't care where the form is. Content's gonna win. So if you've got it on the AM station, as the old man said, if you build it, they're gonna come, and it doesn't matter if it's AM, FM, or in that phone.
All right. Good.